Once upon a time, in a world painted with emerald light and sapphire skies, there was a jungle. Its heart was strong, beating with the drum of life from the tallest tree to the tiniest blade of grass. But today, we're drawn to a particular part of it, the upper canopy, where sunlight dripped like honey and a symphony of leaves played host to hundreds of species. Here, among the ancient giants and delicate dancers, lived a kaleidoscope of creatures, each playing their part in the grand play of existence. Then one morning, a flash of green darted through the branches. Sharp, fast, focused. The jungle had barely stirred when the parrot struck. With its curved beak and piercing eyes, it wasn't singing, it was hunting. But not for food. Oh no, not for food. In a nest hidden high inside a rotting tree trunk, a clutch of tiny fragile shells waited silently. They belonged to another bird, a mother who had left for just a moment, perhaps to find food. A single moment, that was all it took. The parrot landed without a sound, claws gripping the edge of the nest. It looked, sniffed, calculated, then, with a quick jab, it took the first egg and vanished. No time for destruction, just theft. When the mother returned, moments later, she sensed something wrong before even seeing it. She froze. 3 eggs remained, shaken, but untouched. The 4th was gone. Her panic wasn't loud, but it was deep. She circled the nest, scanning the branches, searching for the thief. But the jungle only whispered back. Amongst the lush foliage, unseen witnesses observed the drama unfolding. One such witness was an old squirrel, perched on a nearby branch, who had seen everything. It knew this wasn't the parrot's first time. Nests across the upper canopy had suffered similarly, always when no one looked, always without a trace. But now the pattern had a witness. Unbeknownst to the parrot, news of its crime spread through the canopy like wildfire. The jungle has its ways of communicating, its own language of whispers and gestures. And soon, the parrot would learn that it wasn't just stealing eggs, it was making enemies. Meanwhile, the mother bird couldn't undo what had happened, but she could safeguard what remained. She huddled closer to her remaining eggs, a silent vow passing between her and the 3 treasures nestled under her belly. Days passed. The parrot, unaware of the brewing storm, continued its daily routine. It flew, it ate, it preened, seemingly oblivious to the fact that it had trespassed into the hearts of many. But it wouldn't remain so for long, for the jungle was preparing to speak. It started subtly, a rustle here, a chirp there, like the wind sharing a secret through the leaves. Then it grew louder. The parrot, returning to its usual perch, was greeted by a cacophony of noise. Crows were cawing, bulbuls were screeching, drongos were squawking, all in chorus, all in warning. Startled, the parrot froze mid-flight. Below, in the nest, the mother bird tensed, her heart pounding against her ribs. What was happening? Had the thief been found? Was retribution at hand? As the din reached a crescendo, something incredible happened. The parrot, usually so bold, turned tail and fled. Confused, scared, it disappeared into the thick foliage, leaving the chorus to swell in victory. From that day forward, the parrot steered clear of the nest. But this wasn't just about one egg or one nest. The stolen egg wasn't found, but the nest was saved. The remaining 3 hatched days later. Tiny beaks, blind eyes, soft life, spared because one mother refused to give up and one witness chose not to stay silent. The jungle rejoiced, not with thunderous applause, but with the gentle rustle of leaves and the sweet songs of newborn chicks. Life went on, vibrant and resilient. The eggs that remained, they hatched into healthy chicks. They learned to fly with the same grace and freedom that the parrot possessed. They hunted for food, but never stole. They sang, they played, they lived. The parrot, once a symbol of thievery, became a cautionary tale. Its name was spoken in hushed tones as a warning to any young bird considering such treachery. The jungle remembered, and so did the birds. One day, many years later, the old squirrel watching from its branch saw that same parrot approaching a new nest, this one belonging to a pair of doves. The parrot, older now, with feathers dulled by time, seemed unaware of the change in the winds. It landed on the edge of the nest, ready to repeat its old crime. But this time, the doves weren't alone. High above the canopy, unseen eyes were watching, waiting. As the parrot leaned in, a shadow fell over it. Startled, it looked up to see the very birds it had once mocked, circling overhead. Together, united by the memory of stolen eggs and a shared history, they descended upon the parrot. Overwhelmed, confused, the parrot tried to flee, but it was too late. The birds, led by the now adult children of the dove, swarmed the parrot. They pecked, they clawed, they chased. The parrot, once so proud, so bold, was driven away, whimpering, defeated. The doves, unharmed, tended to their nest, their fragile eggs nestled safely within. The jungle, once breached, now stood strong. It had learned to protect itself, and so the story ends, not with the pain of loss, but with the triumph of unity, of how the jungle doesn't just take, it remembers, it learns, it unites. When danger arrives, not with roars or claws, but in colors that deceive. When threats fly quietly in the guise of beauty, Protection grows stronger when eyes open, when voices rise, when the smallest lives are guarded by unseen allies. Now let's take a moment to close our eyes and listen to the jungle. Can you hear the whisper of leaves carrying secrets from one end of the canopy to the other? Can you feel the pulse of life echoing from the tallest tree to the tiniest insect? Each rustle, each chirp is a testament to the stories that unfold here. And these stories, they need your help to reach more listeners like you. If you found yourself drawn to the tales of the jungle, if the fate of the eggs and the triumph of unity resonated with you, then lend us your support. Your likes fuel our journey, guiding us through the dense foliage of creativity to bring the heartbeat of the jungle to more hearts. And if you have a story of your own to share, a tale that's been whispered to you by the wind through the leaves or carved in the rings of a tree, we invite you to share it with us in the comments below. Your stories, like the roots of ancient trees, can weave together a rich tapestry of experiences. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Thank you for listening to the Tales of the Upper Canopy. Until next time, may your steps be light and your spirit free. And remember, the jungle not only watches, it listens, and sometimes it takes flight.